Hey, this is Rachel from Cypress Textiles, and today we're going to be making the Michele square from the 2016 VVCAL. I made a slip knot, and I'm just going to do 3 chains and then slip stitch into the third chain from the hook to make my ring, and you can also do magic ring if you prefer. And then straight into my ring, I'm going to make a beginning double crochet. So I'm going to go straight in with the single crochet, no chaining up, and then chain 1, and that's our first double crochet of the round. And then I'm just going to make 2 chains for my corner, and then 3 double crochet in the center, and that's going to be our repeat. Will be 3 double crochet and then chain 2, and we're going to do that until we have 12 double crochet and 4 corner chain spaces. And those 12 double crochet, of course, includes the beginning one. 3, chain 2 for the corner. Okay, and I'm kind of shifting them around so that I know my 3 DC groups are going to be like making a plus sign. So I'm just shifting them so that they're in the proper position. And chain 2. Okay, so now I've got 3 groups of 3 DC, and I've got my 1 beginning DC here. So all I've got to do is just add 2 more DC to complete that first side, and then I will join with a slip stitch in the chain of my beginning double crochet and trap the tail as well so I can work over that. And then I'm going to slip stitch in the first chain of this 2 chain corner, and that's going to be the start of my next round. So this is round 1 complete. Make my slip stitch in the first chain there, and then I'll make a double crochet, beginning double crochet, which is single crochet, chain 1. And now I'm just going to chain 1 for the corner, and then 3 double crochet in the same chain space. All right, and now I will do chain 1 and skip 1 DC and then double crochet in the next stitch, so the center stitch of this 3 DC group. I'm still working over my yarn tail behind, so that's how we're looking so far. And then chain 1, skip this next double crochet, and then we're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, all in this corner chain space. That's going to be our corner. So I've got my chain 1, I'm doing my next 3 double crochet, and now chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and make your corner just like this one here. And we're going to work all the way around until we're finished with the round. Okay, here's how my round is looking so far. I just wanted to show you before I make my final stitches here. And I'm going to make 2 double crochet in the first chain here, and that's just to complete that corner. So just make 2 double crochet, and then I'm ready to join with a slip stitch in the chain 1 of my beginning DC. All right, and then we're going to make a beginning popcorn to start round 3. So this is what round 2 looks like. Now we're going to start round 3 in this corner chain space with a beginning popcorn. Now on this motif, the popcorns are going to have 6 double crochet, and usually my popcorns would have 4, but these popcorns are just extra large, so they're going to be 6 double crochet. So for the beginning popcorn, I'm going to make a beginning DC straight into that chain space, just like that, and then 5 more popcorns in the same chain space. And so that's going to make 6 DC, 5 more popcorns, 5 more double crochet. So that's going to make 6 double crochet total. So now I've got a beginning DC here and then 5 more DC to make my beginning popcorn. Now I'm going to release the loop, insert my hook front to back through the chain of the first beginning double crochet, and then grab my loop and pull it through to the front, and that closes my popcorn. Okay, so now my popcorn is complete, and I'm going to chain 1, and then I will skip 1 and double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, And so that is how our corner is gonna look so far. Then we're gonna make a double crochet in the next stitch as well. All right, and then chain one, skip the chain space, double crochet in the next stitch, chain one, skip the chain space, and double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then chain one, and we're gonna make our next popcorn. So this is how our side is looking. And now to make the popcorn, we're gonna go into the corner chain space with 6 double crochet. And then release the loop, insert the hook front to back through the first double crochet of those 6, grab the loop, pull it through to the front to close the popcorn. Chain one, skip one, double crochet in the next two stitches. We're into our repeat now. Chain one, skip the chain, double crochet, chain one, skip the chain, double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, we're into our repeat, but I just wanted to show you kind of how the side looks. And these are going to be our corners. So just keep going around, making your popcorn in the next 2 corners as well until we're back to the beginning. Okay, here's how our round looks. I haven't joined yet, but I have a chain on the hook ready to join into the beginning popcorn with a slip stitch just like that. And now we're ready to start our next round. Okay, so we're gonna make a beginning popcorn in this first chain space here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with a beginning double crochet and then 5 more double crochet in the same chain space. 3, 4, and 5. Release my loop and put the hook front to back through the beginning double crochet and pull my loop through to the front. Chain one, and this time we're not going to skip any double crochet. We're just going to go straight into these first 2 double crochet like that with DC stitches. Chain one, skip the chain, double crochet, chain one, skip the chain, double crochet in the next 2 stitches, chain one, and then we're going to make a popcorn in this chain one space. Okay, so make 6 double crochet in that chain space, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, release the loop, close the popcorn, and now we're going to chain 2 for the corner. And this is our corner chain 2 space. We're going to make a popcorn in the next chain space right here, and these 3 popcorns are kind of close together, but there is a chain space there, and that's where we're going to make our next popcorn. Supposed to look like 3 little popcorns all snuggled up together. Okay, so that's 6 double crochet. Let's close our popcorn. We're going to go into the side again, chain 1, double crochet in the next 2 DC. You might have to kind of look for that hidden DC there, but it is there. So 2 double crochet, and we're going to go into our repeat here. Okay, I'll show you what the side looks like. Got my chain 1, and here is how we're looking so far. This is our chain 2 corner space, and here's how our side looks. I've got a chain 1, a popcorn, chain 2, popcorn, chain 1, and then my side. So now that I have my chain 1, I'm ready to go into that popcorn, chain 2, popcorn. All right, so my round is nearly finished, and I just have to make a popcorn in this chain space right here, and that's going to be the last thing I do before I do my chain 2 corner and then join into the popcorn. I'm just going to show you that I've got 6 DC going into this chain space. I'm going to close my popcorn. I'm going to make a chain 2 corner and slip stitch into my beginning popcorn here. All right, so this is looking a little wonky, as you can see. Everything is going to be righted on the next couple of rounds. So if you're getting some cupping, don't worry, it's gonna get righted. Okay, so into our chain space, we're going to work beginning double crochet. Okay, I actually made a small area here, so I'm going to frog out that chain 2 corner. So this is our final popcorn that we've done, and we're actually not going to do a regular corner here. We're going to do a chain 1, and then we're going to make a single crochet in our beginning popcorn. So instead of chaining 2, we're going to do chain 1 and a single crochet. And the reason why we're doing that is because we want to end up in the middle of our corner here, the same corner that we've just joined, because that's where we're going to start our next round. So if you make your chain 2 and join, you're going to kind of have to be stuck working over here, but I want to work in the middle, so I've got a chain 1 and a single crochet. So the round is joined with this single crochet here. And now we're going to work our first stitch of the next round into the same chain space, just like that. Okay, so our first stitch is going to be a beginning treble crochet. So I'm going to go straight into that chain space, and I'm going to kind of be working around the single crochet that I just made with a single crochet, chain 2, and that's the first treble crochet of the round. Now I'm going to make a chain 2 corner, and then 3 treble crochet in the same chain space, the same chain corner. Okay, 3 treble crochet, 2 and 3. All right, and now I have a chain space here, 2 doubles, and all these things across here to this chain space. So we're gonna work all across this side. We're gonna make without any chains. Okay, well, we're gonna make some chains in a second, but first we're not gonna chain in between these trebles and the next doubles that we make. So just go straight into this chain space with 2 double crochet. And then double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And now here's where the chain spaces come in, because we're going to keep following this pattern here. We're going to chain 1, skip the chain, double crochet, chain 1, skip the chain, double crochet in the next 2 double crochet stitches, and then 2 DC in the next chain space. All right, and that's how our side looks now. And you can already see that this is going to square off our motif. All right, so we've got 3 trebles, 2 double crochet in the chain space, 2 double crochet here in these 2 stitches, chain 1, double, chain 1, 2 doubles, and then 2 doubles in our chain space across. Now we're going to make our corner in the chain 2 space, which is going to be 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles. Okay, 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles, all in that corner chain 2 space. Okay, now we're gonna go on to our next side. See how that squared it off really great? Go on to our next side. 2 DC in the chain space. Okay, DC in the next 2 stitches. Chain 1, skip a chain, double crochet, chain 1, skip a chain, double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 DC in the next chain space. And now we're ready for our next corner. 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles. All right, so I'm gonna keep working that way all the way around until my round is complete. The square is looking great. After this round, everything gets nice and even. All right, so for the next round, we're going to just make single crochet. We actually have 2 rounds of singles coming. So this is the second to last round here. We're gonna do 3 single crochet into the first chain space here. And you can see I did go ahead and close my last round with a slip stitch in my beginning double crochet, beginning treble. And now I have 2 trebles here as well, so that completes the 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles corner. So I'm going to start my next round. 3 single crochet in this corner chain space, then single crochet in all the stitches across to the next corner chain space. So pretty simple round. All right, so I've joined with a slip stitch in the first single crochet, and if your motif is not as large as your granny square, then you can make another round of single crochet. If this is the same size as your first granny square, then you can stop here. But in my pattern, I needed 1 more round to go ahead and make it the same size as my first granny square. So I'm going to just go straight into the corner with 3 single crochet and then just make single crochet in every stitch around, just making sure to put 3 singles in the corner stitches. All right, so in all of the 4 corners, you'll have 3 single crochet, and then you'll just have single crochet in all of the stitches around. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. You're gonna go all the way around and then join with the slip stitch in your first single, and then cut your yarn and weave your yarn ends. And this has been the Michele square from the 2016 VVCAL, and I'll see you for the next motif.